What is up? I don't think there's anybody here, so I'm talking to myself. Oh, Terry's here. What is going on? Terry and my mom. What is going on, you guys? How are you doing? Welcome to Monday Night Live, Terry and my mom. Is that all that's here, Terry? Oh, man. Terry, congrats on the book, on the cookbook. It is doing incredible. I'm so excited to get it. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm really excited. So that's going to be really cool. Tippy Taps is here. What is up, Tippy Taps? How are you doing? We were just talking about Terry up above in the comments here. Terry is releasing her cookbook soon. Terry, when is it getting shipped? Like, when is like the ship date? And, like, do you have any pictures of it yet? Like, I haven't seen. I've been watching your, like, website to see, or you're watching the Facebook page to see if you've shipped it yet, or see if you've had any, like, pictures of the cover or anything yet. Dad, what's going on, Dad? How are you doing? Happy Monday night. So, man, I don't know if you guys watch my YouTube stories, but I posted a YouTube story earlier about me working on my car, and I am just, you know what, I like the Volvo, I do like it, but it is just a pain. So, I mean, anyways, I needed brakes, so I was going to do a brake job on it yesterday, and I literally couldn't get the bolts, off the caliper, off the caliper. No matter what I did. Like, no matter what I did, I couldn't get the bolts off. I used a breaker bar. I used a ratchet driver. I used a breaker bar with an extension on it. I used WD-40, and then I waited even longer and then used another breaker bar. And I mean, like, it's just crazy. I could not get the brakes off no matter what I did. I fought all day yesterday to do it, and then last night I gave up, and then last night I was like, you know what, I'm going to try again. Same thing, couldn't get it accomplished, so I put a bunch of WD-40 on it, let it sit overnight, woke up this morning and tried again and say I couldn't do it. So I ended up taking it to a shop today. Altogether, it cost way too much money, which was just a pain in the butt because I definitely didn't want to spend that money. So right now I am looking to find Shadowseed is here. What is up, Shadowseed? How are you doing? What does that say? From Bantry Bay down to Dairy Quay, from Galloway to Dublin town. No friend I have met like Mark at YouTube town. Shadowseed, that's awesome. Thank you. That's a great, I like that. No, I didn't use a chainsaw. Dad, I did use a blowtorch. I did try the blowtorch. That didn't work either. I couldn't believe it. And then, like, when I talked to the guy that was doing the brakes, he was like, oh, yeah, I mean, it was tough, but I pretty much used the impact driver, and it came right off. You know, I was like, God. I was like, I fought with this thing, you know? But yeah, so I got the brakes done. Let's see. What was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about... Patreon? No? Been getting a bunch of patrons lately, which is really cool. A bunch of people are joining the Saw Squad. I really have to get to a point to where I can set up the new Patreon things because I'm not super active on Patreon and I really have to be. And I want to change it around so that way people get more of a benefit out of being on Patreon, you know. And I'm going to be using the Patreon here pretty soon because I'm going to be doing a studio, which I'm really excited about. I'm hoping either next month or, let's see, what are we in right now? August, September, October. So either September or October, Sawstitch, this is going to move into a studio somewhere. I haven't really figured out exactly what I've been looking at a few different little warehouses. I like the idea of a warehouse because they have like big ceilings and stuff, but then the problem is that I've noticed is a lot of them don't have like the greatest air conditioning, which would really stink. And And a lot of the thing is with like a lot of like office spaces is they're not going to want you to cook. So there's been like a hit or miss of trying to find something, but we'll see. I was actually thinking about like even like a little like apartment, trying to find like a small little apartment, but then apartments in Orlando are just crazy expensive. So, but yeah. So I mean, I was going to talk. The Patreon is I want to switch things around on the Patreon to make it a little bit better for everybody. Walker's getting mad at me. He's sitting. Oh. Walker now, you can see him wagging his tail. He now has like a little rug in the studio. You'll see him. He's probably gonna go sit. No, he's gonna tear it up. Yeah. He's getting. Bub, you can't get mad at me right now. Monica's working a little bit later tonight, so he has nobody to pay attention to him. So. Thanks, Terry. Thanks. Tippy Taps, you replaced your brakes 3 days before your engine busted, so consider yourself lucky. Oh, that's like a nightmare. Hold on. Bobby, you just can't. Sorry about the... Today's been a day. I'm like, today's been a day. Just today's been a day. So, yeah, let's see. What is new? What has been new? I've been working on all this chicken stuff. There's... tomorrow, I'm really excited about, I got to film tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be like a quick video, out the door. I know you guys are probably getting sick of some of the plant-based stuff. It's honestly, I'm really enjoying it. Like, it's been a lot of fun. And lately there hasn't been any like really trendy things that have came out. And that's what I focused on for a long time was like these trendy recipes, and there really hasn't been like a trendy recipe, you know, like I've been watching like crazy, and there has been like a few, but nothing that I've been like really interested in. So really like I'm having a lot of fun doing these like really crazy plant-based recipes. Hey Harley, what is up? So let's see. Shadow Seed said, try to find a place zoned for a restaurant. That's a really good idea. I would love to do that because they would have like exhaust, and they would probably have like gas lines and stuff. The thing is like a lot of those places, like, so like warehouses are like, they start at like, I mean, honestly, you could find a warehouse at like 300 square feet, and they're like this room here, this is my office and the studio. It's like 100 and I just measured, I did it the other day. Let me see. I'll tell you right now, not calendar, calculator. It is, this room is 198 square feet. So like, yeah, I mean, it's, if I can find something that's like 300 square feet, and it's like a lot of these places, like small warehouses are $1 to $1.30 a square foot, you know, that would be awesome. And restaurants are like, most of them start off at like 2,000 square feet. There's been a few of them that I found, like little zone restaurant places that are like 1,000 square feet, and they are, even at 1,000 square feet, they're like $1.60 to $2 a square foot. So it's been pretty crazy. But I'm gonna find something. I got like 2 months, so I need to really get on it. This week I've also been writing. I've been doing a lot because I'm speaking at Florida BlogCon in 2 weeks. It's like 2 weeks away. And I have to write all of I have to speak for 45 minutes. So I have to finish up and get my my keynote slides in 4 days. And I have like the basis of it done, but I don't have the whole thing done. So the plan is to shoot a basic recipe tomorrow, edit it on Wednesday, release it Thursday, work all day on finishing on my slides and my speech for Florida BlogCon, turn that in, and then Friday film Sunday's video. It's nuts. Let's see. Harley's here. What's up, Harley? Did you see Steve finally hit? Yeah, I did. That's super awesome for Steve. I posted it on my Instagram. I did like a congrats, Steve, on hitting his 100,000 subs. That was really cool. Let's see. So what does jackfruit taste like? Plain, never had it before. So jackfruit plain, young jackfruit, is a very mild flavor. There's not a whole lot of flavor to it. It has kind of a tart, mildly tart kind of taste. When it gets very ripe, like when it gets like really, really ripe, it tastes like bubble yum, exactly like bubble yum. It's really wild how sweet and berry-like it gets. When it ripens up, it gets incredibly, incredibly sweet. But when it's really young, when it's like not like the stuff that I'm using for chicken, it's a very mild flavor. It's really mild. It's almost like if you've ever had palm, like hearts of palm, the palm hearts, it's almost like that. Yeah, bubble yum. Bubble yum is I think it's bubble yum. Let's see, jackfruit gum taste. There was like a rumor that jackfruit texture is not the same, but the taste is very distinct. Some say jackfruit. Does jackfruit taste like bubble gum? It does. I mean, it tastes just like juicy fruit gum, not bubble gum, juicy fruit. And it does. It tastes exactly like it. A lot of people said that juicy fruit got their flavor from jackfruit, but that's actually not true. But it is. It's indistinguishable in taste. It's so wild. Let's see. But when it's like mild, like when it's like the young stuff, what I'm using for my chicken recipes, it's very, very mild. Yeah, Shadow Seed, I love that idea. Find a small restaurant zoned building and have a YouTube and have your YouTube and maybe hold a cooking. So like I would love, once I get the studio going, depending on the size, like for this size, you couldn't really fit anybody in there. You would probably 3 people, and that would be max. So otherwise, you're knocking over cameras and stuff like that. If it was a little bit bigger, like if I can find like 400 to 600 square feet, which I really love, then yeah, I would actually love to do like workshops, like how to film a cooking show, or do like cooking workshops, like making cool vegan recipes or just making really cool recipes. So yeah, that is a good idea. I would love to do that. See, Terry, you picked up one of the jackfruit at the store and couldn't get over how heavy they are. Terry, they get huge, like massive. Jackfruit gets massive. I don't know what jackfruit you picked up, but let's see. How big do jackfruit get? So I bought a jackfruit one time that was about 15 pounds. That was the jackfruit that I shot an old video. And I made an old video on jackfruit like a year ago, and it was a big jackfruit. And that was 15 pounds, and that thing was crazy. But recently at the Asian markets, they've been getting a lot of jackfruit, like it's in season right now. I mean, and some of these things are, as big as Walker, 30, 40, 50, maybe even bigger, 60 pounds. But I was just reading, like, they can reach 80, they can reach 80 pounds, like normally reach 80 pounds. Commonly, it looks like 15 to 50 pounds. It's really wild. The jackfruit at my local Asian market sells for $10. Yeah, that's the thing. What's really funny was Monica and I, we bought that jackfruit that I used for the video like a year ago. We bought the fresh jackfruit. That was, holy crap, that thing was 15 pounds, and I want to say it was $3 a pound at Whole Foods. And then I go to I went to the Asian market, and theirs were like 30 cents a pound. So it's really funny. The Asian markets kind of crack me up. Same thing, like the jackfruit in the can that I bought for the Asian market for the Nashville hot chicken. I bought that at the Asian market. That was $2 for the whole can. It was great jackfruit. It worked really well. It was honestly good. The jackfruit that I used for the chicken wings, I ran to Whole Foods because that's just right down the street. I don't have to go downtown to the Asian market. I ran the Whole Foods, and that jackfruit was $4 a can. So it was like twice the price No, it was like $5 a can. So it was like twice the price, and it wasn't as good as jackfruit. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, coming up, so I'm going to be doing, this one's going to be fun, and I've been really excited about it because, I've always the channel has always been a pescatarian channel. It's always been a pescatarian channel. I've always focused on mostly vegetarian recipes, even the crazy stuff, The ice creams all had cream, and there's been eggs in the channel, so it was never 100% plant-based. There's 2 videos on the channel, in the entire channel, that have meat in them. Only 2 out of 260, I think. So I'm just kind of taking that whole world on. I never said that I wanted to be a plant-based channel, but I'm just kind of slowly turning into that. I never will be strictly that channel. That never is going to happen. I really just like to try new food. I just like to try new things. So there will always be like the crazy ice creams. There will always be like the crazy food things. But the plant-based stuff has really just been a lot of fun. So the thing that I'm going to be working on is taking regular grocery store meat replacements, like the chicken, like the cheap meat replacements that you see in your freezer aisle, and making them better. So recently there's this whole thing on the Popeyes fried chicken sandwich, how it's like the best fried chicken sandwich. And what I want to do, or what I'm going to be doing, it's going to be this week's Wednesday's video, is I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy some cheap chicken, like the fake cheap chicken, and I'm going to make that taste like the Popeyes chicken sandwich. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I was thinking about doing Popeyes and Chick-fil-A. I don't know. We'll see. But I think the Popeyes one might just be good enough. But we'll figure it out. Terry said, yeah, those jackfruit, those chicken drumsticks looked like chicken. It was wild. It really was wild. I mean, I'll tell you, the taste was really, it was super, super tender. Like way more tender than a regular chicken wing would be, for sure. The crazy thing is I will tell you, the skin, like the chicken, the wing skin, that tasted like chicken skin. When it was fried with like the oil and the tofu skin, like taking the first bite of it, I was kind of like, wow, like this is taking me back a little bit. Like, it was shocking how much it tasted like chicken skin. The jackfruit itself was very chickeny-like. The only thing I think that was really tough with it was like the texture wasn't really that much. Have I had the sandwich? I haven't had it. I don't eat chicken. Like, I do eat, like, I am like eating meats. I do consider myself like a flexitarian, but I haven't had chicken in years. So I don't know if I'll have that chicken or not. But we'll see. I don't know. I feel weird about eating chicken. It's like to me, I know everybody eats it, but like for me, it's kind of like it's a bird. And I know I used to eat chicken all the time. I love chicken. I love chicken wings. But the thought of it now, like when you don't eat it for a while and then you kind of start thinking about it and you're like, oh, that's a bird. Like it's just weird. I know. It's not weird. It's just weird to me. I'm weird. But man, I'll tell you, like when you make the fake stuff, it brings you back, and I like that. I'll tell you that. Easy Bake Barbecue, what is up, Easy Bake Barbecue? How are you doing? Let's see. We got Shadow Seed says the heaviest jackfruit weighs 94 pounds, 2.9 ounces, and was found in Pune, Maharashtra, India. And was verified on the June 23rd, 2016. It's the heaviest jackfruit. It's 94 pounds. That's crazy. 94 pounds. You guys like how I try to pronounce it? That's how I try to pronounce everything when I'm like shooting a video and there's something that I have no idea what it is, and I'm like, Maharaja. You say it like 20 times, and then I figure out which one's the right one, and I edit it up. Let's see. Boone! Your Boone is back. What is up, Boone? How you doing? Work has kept you away. Boone, honestly, work has kept me away too. I'm only doing these live streams like every other week. And I actually missed like a few weeks. So don't feel too bad, Boone. Welcome back. We're all back right now. We're all coming back. Today's the day of coming back. So, oh, man. Yeah, I've been holding monthly. I run. I'm the group leader of the YouTubers of Central Florida. It is a group that consists of YouTubers that are based across all of Central Florida, from Tampa to Jacksonville, all Orlando. We're about 300 members right now. I think about 300 members right now. And I've been doing every month. I've been doing meetups, and every month they're getting bigger and bigger. And we did the first meetup, and we outgrew the first meetup, and now we did 3 meetups at this other place, and we actually just on this last meetup, it kind of outgrew that. So I'm going to be looking for another. And there's actually a YouTube Orlando YouTube meetup group that has like 20 or 30 members. They're joining my group for the next meetup, so it's going to be quite a bit bigger. So every month we do in these meetups, and it's been really great. But I'll tell you, it's just been a wreck on my voice because they're about 3 hours long. They go from 12 to 3, and I talk through most of them. And I'll tell you, by the end of it, like by the end of the day, I am shot. And that was just on Saturday, was the last meetup. And so I am like, I don't know if you could tell, but like I'm still kind of getting my voice back. I can kind of feel it like wavering in and out. Chef PC is here. What is up, Chef PC? Watching the SpaceX hopper. That was cool. That's cool, right? Dang it, I missed it. I'm gonna have to like go back and watch it. Gang, I gotta show you something. This is cool. So I get home the other day, and I'm like, and Monica's like, did you order like a bunch of stuff? And I'm like, what do you mean? No. I was like, I didn't order anything. She's like, there's a bunch of boxes here for you. And like, oh, they aborted it? Oh, that's a bummer. And Monica's like, there's a bunch of boxes here for you. I was like, what? So I open it up, and I'm like looking, and I'm like, what is this stuff? There's an induction cooker, like an induction top thing, which this thing's cool. Then there is this like meat grinder with a sausage stuffer attachment. So I already have a meat grinder, but my meat grinder doesn't have the ability to do sausage stuffing, which I know is weird, but my meat grinder doesn't have that. So I was like, oh, this is cool, because I'm going to be jumping in on some sausage stuffing here pretty soon. Here's the sausage stuffer apparatus portion of it, which is really neat. And where's the other? It's over here. Where is it at? Hold on. And some collagen casings to stuff sausage into. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, what the heck? And Monica's going through and she like finds these receipts, and it's from Chef PC. Chef, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate all this stuff. It's gonna be really cool to use this on the show. Yeah, I'm really excited because I'm gonna be doing in the next few weeks. I'm gonna be doing a, I think you've even recommended it. It's time to kind of start messing with some sausage. So I'm going to be doing some plant-based sausages, and this is going to be really cool because I was thinking about I'm going to be doing one using this, and I'm going to be doing a plant-based sausage using what Beyond does, Beyond Meat. Their sausage uses these chemicals. And me, like getting into like the science stuff, Beyond Meat uses this sodium alginate and calcium chloride. So with the Beyond Meat, you make the meat calcium loaded. Just add a little bit of calcium chloride to the meat, and then you dip them in sodium alginate powder, and then what it does is it forms a casing over top of it. I don't know if you've ever seen the really cool things where people like make like wine balls. You know, like they'll do like this got really popular last year. It was like water orbs that you could just eat, and like the water, there was water inside of them, but there was just orbs. Yeah, and so that's how you make that stuff, is with sodium alginate and calcium chloride. They like, whenever calcium chloride and sodium alginate mix together, forms like a skin. So we're going to be trying both of those. So let's see, chef, my pleasure. Casings may not be vegan, so check that out. Okay, I'll take a look into it. I'll make sure. Even if they're just vegetarian, I don't know. I'll take a look and see. Well, I guess I'll take a look and see. I'll see if they are. If not, I'll use them for home. Like I'll use them at the house. Like I'll stuff a bunch of stuff in. I've been wanting to do that for a while, so that was really cool. Thank you so much, chef. Like, this is gonna be awesome. Very, very cool. Let's see. Terry, do you still talk to Tipsy Walk? Haven't seen much from him lately. Yeah, I talk to Tipsy all the time. I'm always on him about. I think we just talked yesterday for a while. I'm always on Tipsy about trying to get him back into YouTube. Yeah, I think the thing is it's just really not his passion anymore. He really likes. He bought a. Tipsy Walk bought a 3D printer, and he's been printing a bunch of stuff at home. And he loves that 3D printer. And I told him, I was like, make a 3D printing channel. And he was like, I don't know, you know. So I think eventually maybe he'll be back. But I think for now, Tipsy Walk might be done, which is really sad. Because, I mean, he was so good at it. You know, I mean, he was so good. And I just really think that, he would have really, if he would have just kept on going, he would have really went somewhere. I've told him that a bunch of times. And I think I've gotten to the point of annoying him about coming back onto YouTube, like constantly. I constantly get on Tipsy about being back on YouTube, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Boone, have I tried the Impossible Whopper yet from Burger King? Wow. Yes, I have. That is unbelievable. Like, I mean, the Impossible Burger is really great, but the fact that they were able to make it taste exactly like a Burger King burger, but kind of better, honestly. I mean, I'm not trying to be stupid. The Impossible Whopper is really, really good. It is shockingly good. I think it's way better than the Whopper. So let's see. Chicken Fried Barbecue. What's up, Chicken Fried Barbecue? Hello from Texas. Hi, back from Texas. We got another Texan in here, Terry. See, I picked up a bunch of xanthan gum to make powdered olive oil. Man, chef, when you do that, send me a picture, because that is something I've always been. I might actually have to do that. That might be a fun video. I like that. That might be a really fun video. Son of a Pizza Man is here. What is up, Son of a Pizza Man? How you doing, man? You get your t-shirts straightened out? Let's see. So, yeah. I mean, I really like that. Chef, I'm going to kind of just copy this just to kind of like xanthan gum powdered olive oil. I've looked at like doing that kind of stuff. I think that stuff is really cool. You know what I really wanted to do was a black garlic video, and like, because I had black garlic oil the other day, and it was really good. Maybe this was like weeks ago actually, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this black garlic, and I actually bought like a bunch of cloves of garlic because I was gonna make the black garlic video, and then I was like, oh crap, it's like, you know, it's like 3-4 weeks to make black garlic. And then, like, in the middle of it, like, I have my garlic over there. Josh Weissman released a black garlic video. And I'm like, dang it. It's like, I know if I put this black garlic video out, like, 2 days after Josh Weissman releases his, then all I'm going to get is Living Heck, because it's such, like, a random weird thing to do. So I just kind of dropped it. But I think powdered olive oil, it falls along those, like, kind of unique but really cool. So black garlic it's kind of like a fermented garlic. It's not necessarily fermented, but the enzymes in the garlic kind of eat it from the outside, and it ends up getting a very rich flavor. Let's see. So Chicken Fried Barbecue says, have you ever used phosphates in any foods? No, I haven't. I'm going to screenshot your comment too, just because that's something I kind of want to. I've been thinking. So I'm looking at a few different things. I'm looking at transglutamates. I don't know if you guys know what transglutamates are, but transglutamates are. It's the name of it is meat glue. It's just called meat glue. But transglutamates are used all over the food industry, and it's actually used a lot in like hotel industry, because transglutamates, what they do is they bind proteins together. So hotels use them to take like cheap cuts of steak and like they'll meat glue it up and roll it up and turn it into like a fake tenderloin. It's pretty neat. So yeah, I've been looking at like transglutamates because I figured I can use it in some of my fake food videos, taking like protein sources and binding them together with that. So I mean, there's a few different things I'm looking at. It takes a few weeks. Watch Brad's videos. Oh, I'll check that out. I'll definitely check that out. Softer and more mellow than raw garlic. Yeah, it's well, like I had it the other day and it was soft. It wasn't like there was no like harsh taste to it. Like it didn't have like the like eye-watery taste, but it still retained all of that flavor, but it actually tasted richer. I don't know how to like really describe it. I'm really bad at describing food flavors, but it still tasted like garlic, but it wasn't going to make your eyes water, and like you can eat, a clove of it. I had it in in ramen. In ramen they had some black garlic with black garlic oil, and it was mind-blowing. So I'm going to try some molecular gastronomy. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I feel like it's right up my alley, right? Like, I don't want to mess around with the stuff that's, like, people take a lot of this molecular gastronomy, and there's, like, already so many cool experiments, but I feel like I could kind of step it up a little bit from what already exists. Just like the chicken. Like, I just kind of want to, like, take what I already know and use things that I already know, and, like, because, like, nobody is doing sodium alginate sausage besides Beyond. I don't think anybody's doing it at home, so I kind of want to, hopefully I can do it. So phosphates are used a lot in barbecue competitions. They inject them and meant to make the beef or chicken tender. Let me see. Phosphate in food. Yeah, chicken, turkey, pork, organic meats. So phosphates can also be found in cleaning products. Sodium tripolysphate are used for dish detergents. Yeah, so there's like bananas are high in phosphates. Oh, you know what? That might be similar to, so chicken fried barbecue, that might be similar to because there is phosphates in pineapple, and Guga just recently did a video, well, I don't know if it was recent, but Guga did the video with the pineapple and tenderizing meat, like dramatically tenderizing meat using pineapple juice and like fresh pineapple rind, and pineapples are very heavy in phosphates, so I'm kind of wondering if it's a similar type of concept. Might be. I don't know. I'll look into it though. I think that's really cool. Can you make something with Vegemite to make it taste good? So let's see. Chef PC was thinking about glutamates for jackfruit stuff, adding body, but you would have to add protein, maybe with aquafaba. So yeah, Chef, I was thinking about, so I used the mung bean starch and the tofu to kind of create a bind. It worked very similar to the glue, and it really did work. But the problem was that it almost tenderized it too much. But I think if I could have done like a glutamate for like the jackfruit, but mixed it with a protein, like I wonder, Chef, like, and maybe I just don't know enough, but like, why couldn't I just take like a defatted protein mixed with the jackfruit, and then added the transglutamate to kind of make them all stick together? Like that's my thing. Like when you cook the jackfruit, the moisture leaks out, which wets the protein and binds with the transglutamate. So I don't know. I'm really I'm really thinking about like where this could go. So Boone, you have. Can you make Vegemite to make it taste good? That might be impossible. You know, no, I'll tell you. I think the Vegemite stuff. I'm kind of onto something with that. I'm going to use the Vegemite in my plant sausage video, which is going to be coming up. I'm still kind of nailing that down. I haven't got it exactly where I want it. I'm thinking about using textured soy protein, which I'm not a huge fan of. It works. A lot of people love it. What I'm really trying to figure out how to do is, make a protein, like make a protein source, and it's really tough because you have to do this. You have to defat the flour, the protein flour. It's a process. It's really crazy. And then to actually expand these proteins, it's the same machines that is used to make like cereals and dog foods, where it's expanded with an insane amount of heat. And then it expands after it's pressed through like a press. It's really wild. But you can't really do it at home. I'm trying to figure out a way to do it at home. Yeah, so that's okay. Yeah, chef, and that's what I was thinking was like if I could just like literally just take the jackfruit and roll it in protein powder, mix it with the transglutamate, and it won't stick right off the bat. But once it starts cooking, it should stick, and then you would have to cool it, cook it, then cool it, and then once it cools, it will create that bind. Is what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm gonna test it out. So Terry, you didn't know phosphate was in banana and pineapple. So from what I'm reading, bananas are pretty low in phosphate, but pineapples are pretty high. So yeah, if your corgi has an intolerance, then that might give you some issues. Soy can be used in chickpea water. Aquafaba might be able to do it. That's right, because aquafaba is essentially the protein from the chickpeas. Right? I think. Yeah, it's like once the chickpeas are soaking in the water for so long, the proteins kind of start to gel out of the chickpea. I think you're right. I mean, you're probably right. Gang, it is 7:37. I'm going to take off here in a minute. Monica just got done with work. I want to get some dinner. It's actually starting to pour down, raining outside, so I would love to just go grab something to eat, really simple. But thank you guys for being here on the every other Monday night now. Chef PC, thank you again so much for all of this stuff. I'm so excited about it, man. I mean, just really awesome. Yeah, Chef, I've used aquafaba. You know what I really want to use? So I know it's used for vegan egg whites. I've whipped it up into a meringue before, and that is really wild that you could do it. If you guys don't know, aquafaba is if you ever open up a can of chickpeas, or really any sort of bean, but it mostly comes from chickpeas. If you ever open a can of chickpeas, the thick liquid that's in the can, when you pour that out, when you save that liquid, it's actually aquafaba and can be used. The name was given to it by the people who discovered it. I think it's an odd name, but it makes sense. Aquafaba, faba being like I think a protein or something like that. But yeah, it's really neat. It's really neat. So I'm probably just gonna start using it more. I haven't used it enough on the channel, but it's a really cool thing. Thanks again, Chef. Yeah, that induction top. I tested it the other day. I'm like, how quick does this thing really boil water? And I was like, oh my gosh. It was like a minute. It was boiling. And then you turn it off and it's just done. Really wild. I'm really excited to use it for when I'm doing the deep frying out of the saucepan, because you could set the temperature and it just sticks to that temperature. If that works like that, I am so sold on induction if that works like that. The only thing I have to test is, because it does have a fan, I want to see how loud it's going to be when I have my mic on. But I'm going to test it out. I'm going to use it for this next video that's coming out. But it's going to use it tomorrow. So, Chef, you'll see the induction top in the video tomorrow. Okay, gang. That is it. Thanks for being here. I love you guys. I will see you, probably not this Monday, but next Monday. I'll see you around. I'll keep in touch. Okay, gang. Bye. I'll tell Monica I said hi. Lay a towel down under the pan and boil water. It's impressive to other people. I'll do that. I like that. Okay, guys. I'll catch you later.